Hi, I'm Madeline Seams. So, have you ever driven in a car and a song that came on the radio that you just didn't like? So, in return, you changed the station, you changed it to a different song to make the vibe in the car better. What you just did was distracted driving. So, despite the common misconception, texting is not the only type of distraction on the road. There are other types of distractions, but there are also many solutions that you can use to prevent the distracting driving issue. And there are many reasons why distracting driving as a whole matters and is really important to learn about. So, according to the National Highway Traffic Administration, distracted driving is any activity that diverts attention from driving. So this could be checking a pet in the back seat, helping a child, looking at police on the road, changing the radio station. So there are these things that I listed fall into many categories of distracted driving. So according to the Jamaica Hospital Medical Center, there are three main categories. There's visual, which is when you take your eyes off the road. Manual or physical, which is when you take one or both of your hands off the steering wheel, and cognitive, which is mental distraction. So, an example of visual distractions on the road is when you change your radio or change your air condition, because these are allowing you to take your eyes off what you're doing. So, an example of manual distractions are when you are eating on the road. You are then taking your hands off the wheel to eat your food. And some cognitive distractions would include the reason why you don't drive while angry. Because when you drive while angry, the you're only thinking about your problem instead of you focusing on driving, which could be equally as dangerous. So, according to the California Traffic and Safety Administration, they say just drive. Put everything else down. Don't think about anything except for driving. So that will really help because if you focus on the road in return, you'll be safe. And according to Springer and Lyle, who are trial lawyers, they say try to keep your mind off of things. Only keep your mind on driving. Another solution I would say is just if you need to tell your passenger to stop talking, tell them to stop talking because that conversation that they're having with you is could be a distraction as well. You also need to be cognitive of your surroundings on the road because people are not always cognitive. So as long as you're cognitive, then you can be less distracted than others. However, there are some distractions that you can't prevent. These would include billboards. If it's a flashy billboard, you're obviously going to look. Or these could also include a police encounter with someone else. They have their flashing lights on. Human nature is to look at what's going on. However, this could be a distraction because it could lead you to take your eyes off the road, which could cause a crash. So, once again, according to the National Traffic and Safety Administration, in 2023, there were 3,275 people killed and nearly 325,000 people injured due to distracting driving incidents. That is a lot of people just in 2023 alone. According to the FCC, they report that 8 people a day are either killed or injured from distracted driving incidents. That number builds up over time. And obviously, that's an average, so it can be more or less. Some days it may be more, which could add to the number. And some days, obviously, less people, but you still have to be safe while driving. And according to another trial lawyer, who is Phillips for sure, they believe that distracted driving tears families apart and creates a ripple effect of pain and suffering. This makes sense because if you were in a crash because you were in distracted driving, the you would then have to pay hospital. Hospitals are expensive, leaving you to be out of money that could have like helped your family buy food or pay for your mortgage. So in return, this creates drama within like the family dynamic and causes, like they said, pain and suffering. So as long as you stay cognitive on the road and be aware of your surroundings and try not to drive too distracted because it's human nature. We all can drive distracted every now and then, especially if it's like changing the AC or changing a song. You just have to be careful when you're doing that and try to keep your eyes on the road at all times. So next time you think about changing a song on the radio, try to remember that you were distracted driving, and which isn't safe. Thank you.